Sit. Good job.
All right. So, I'd asked this earlier, like what rules. We just got done kind of talking about rules, so I'm filming this. So I just this isn't as bad as what she did before. Before she just jumped up on top of you and was just And as soon as she did that, you did what you're doing now. So you're petting her.
Oh.
Now a lot of us, we pet dogs so often we don't even think about it. But anything that a dog is doing when we pet it is what we're specifically reinforcing or rewarding the dog for. So you mentioned earlier you don't mind her on the couch, you don't like her on you, and then you kind of I don't know, beat you up a little bit. You're like, but there's only so much room here for her to deal with. So that's kind of, I see a lot of people kind of make extrapolations or excuses for the reason for the behavior. But for the dog, I see this very commonly and I had one client where I was like, okay, I'm going to ask you to stop petting your dog right now unless it does something for you, earn it. She's like, okay. In the middle of telling me, okay, reached over and started petting her dog while we're having the conversation about not doing it. Right. So it's so common, most people don't realize it. When a dog climbs up on top of a human, it's usually a good indicator that the dog does not hold the human, have respect for the human as an authority figure. You know, like your boss, you might go joke around with your boss and have an inappropriate joke or whatever it is, but there's a certain line that you don't cross. Yes. And so...
so her sitting on me.
So,
and I know
yes.
That's exactly what she's doing, trying to... Or taking me as a litter mate.
Well, it's
like,
kind
come
of...
on, get with
it's
me.
not so much claiming you, that's more if they jump up on you when you come home, but it's really, play with me. I mean, it's kind of giving you a directive, you know, hey, give me your attention. And then, of course, every time you pet her, you're rewarding that and facilitating that. Yes, every time you jump up on me, I pet you. Well, that's just a self-rewarding, behavior, and so she's going to continue to do that. So I just wanted to kind of capture this. This wasn't as bad a video as we would have gotten if I had my camera out first. But this is why one of the why we talk about rules and structure to help the dog develop a healthy respect for us as an authority figure, not because they fear us, because we have communicated what the proper rules and structure are.
Now, lately, when she does that and she wants my hand, I will sit on it, and so she is digging my hand.
And this is when she's on the couch?
Yes. Okay. So she will be...
For dogs, the higher that they sit, the more rank or status they have in amongst their peers. So by letting her sit at the same height as you, you're saying we're equals. Okay. If you're equals, then she does what she wants to do. If getting on the furniture is a privilege that I have to get an exception for each time, then I'm going to act much more respectfully when I get that because it's not my right, it's a privilege. And when I have that privilege, it's a reward and I'm going to cherish it. Right now, I'm guessing your dog is kind of giving it up for granted. My general rule of thumb when I have a puppy is when they're puppies, they're super small, they're super cute. You want to love them and make sure they understand that. Once the dog gets to the point where it can jump up on the furniture on its own is when I say no more furniture in my house. And then I would, if I want to lay on the floor with the dog, I can go lay on her level. But that lack of rules and structure can very easily give the dog the wrong impression, and then we get frustrated the dog's not listening. Well, the dog's not listening because we haven't given it the structure that it needs. All right.
That's a good... my other thing that we really want...
Before we get to that, I just want to wrap this up. So incorporating rules and structure, especially for something like height, can really help your dog see you as a little bit more of an authority figure.